Hey everyone, thanks for joining. We have a special guest today. And she is special because that's who I started learning tarot from 2 years ago, 2.5, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, almost 3 years, I think.
Wow, yeah. So Mary Jo from Soulful Revolution is here with us. We're gonna do a collective reading together. But I wanted to introduce her in that way because that's how I got here with you guys, so I was driving a truck at the time and I was watching. You were one of the readers I was watching. So not watching because I was driving.
You're driving.
Yeah.
Very important to not watch.
I was listening. But you mentioned several times during your videos about, I think that was the time when you actually started to open up to tarot classes, or
yeah,
it was kind of looking like it was new. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I'm going to learn one day for me. So I didn't take it initially. And then I was going through possibly the darkest night of the darkest nights of the soul. And I heard you saying that once, and I just kind of allowed my body to go and press that button and just kind of subscribe. And then I started learning tarot. Soon enough,
Allie, you're magical. I'm so glad you did.
It wasn't me. It was the universe kind of shoving my head in. This is it. You don't see it. And I'm like, yeah, not really, but okay.
Okay.
So that's how I got to do it. And now we're here working on this together. And we've been trying to get this together for quite a while. But,
it's been a long time. And last year, I don't know, it sort of just like went away. The year just flew by. And now this is perfect timing. I'm glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here.
Nice. So you have the table.
Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks, Allie, for doing this. It's so much fun for me to do collaborations. It's fun for me to I don't know, it's like good energy.
I know. Oh, trust me, like a minute ago, I almost started crying and I'm like, don't cry on camera, don't cry on camera. Yeah.
I have my little thing where I put my keys when I come in the door. It says it's a little plate and it says car keys, wallet, phone, don't cry today.
Oh.
So I try not to cry. Not on camera anyway. All right, so let's see where we're going here. This is a general reading for the collective. So if you're watching, there's probably a message in here for you. Any zodiac signs I see, I'll just shout them out a little bit. There might be a special message in it if you're one of those signs. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here for you guys. All right. Listen in the stillness, you meet your true self. One of my favorite cards of the whole deck. To be enlightened, lighten up. That's a tough lesson sometimes, I'll tell you. Your words create your worlds. And I have been talking a lot about changing the story that we're telling ourselves. It's surprisingly powerful that it really is the focus and the foundation of all manifestation is, what are you saying to yourself? What are you look in the mirror when you're going to go out, do you just see the flaws, or do you, say to yourself, hey, this is going to be fun. Look at how pretty you look. Are you encouraging? What is the script? What is the script you're using? And I think there is something here about laughter and joy and fun and lightening up, even though we're talking about spiritual path or we're talking about, big decisions in life. Lightening up really, really brings the energy up. So I think that's what's being asked here. Oh my goodness, the Ace of Swords showing up. The truth, your truth, my truth, somebody's truth. Okay. 4 of Wands, Magician, 3 of Cups. I'm very happy to see the Ace of Swords whenever the Magician shows up, because Magician is a little bit sleight of hand, but 8 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Wow, Allie, all this Ace energy today.
Yeah.
I'm picking up here. 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so This is about being aligned with your truth, being in alignment with what you're wanting to create in the world. Some of you are being asked to do some kind of manifesting, the magician here, manifesting a new beginning, manifesting a new start in terms of your financial security or how you are creating something in your life. I feel like for a while now, it has been this 8 of Swords and 9 of Wands. I do feel like we have a lot of planets in Pisces right now. And that to me is Neptune, especially. There's this feeling of like, I can't really see outside of my own bubble. So, you can tell yourself things, but like, is it really what's going on? Or is it me telling something to myself? And I feel like that's what's going on here. A little bit of monkey mind. Okay. And so what's kind of needs to happen here is you're needing to sort of get outside of your own head and understand what the truth is about something, understand what your truth is, understand what your options are. I do feel like there's a manifesting new friends, new connections, new loves, all kinds of things that you want to create. We are, still in that energy of the Aries new moon. And so that can be a very powerful thing. And in terms of manifesting all of these things, the magician is Mercury energy, and Mercury is around with Chiron and the sun. So there's a lot of energy about communication and what do I want and speaking things into existence, right? Your words create your worlds. So if you want something, there's a tendency here to get really heavy about it. All right. To get really serious and, create some kind of big ritual and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like just having fun would be good enough. Okay. Just having a good time, enjoying yourself would be good enough. You don't have to be so serious right now. I think this Aries new moon is really about taking bold action, which I really like. And things are coming to a close, 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles, but right away, like the Ace of Pentacles. So I don't want anybody to worry here about anything going away in terms of money or job or career or anything, except that you seem to be manifesting a new opportunity. So it's like up to you. All right. I think for a little bit here, you might be thinking that, the universe just throws stuff at me. The universe is, but whatever's going on in here is what's going on out here. So, the monkey mind and the holding on to old patterns and stuff like that isn't serving you at all. There's nothing, such wasted energy is worry. All right. And I know it's hard to stop. Believe me, I know it's hard to stop when things are seemingly going off sideways, but I honestly think that this is like a bit of a blessing in disguise because you're able to see the new thing almost right away. Okay. The key here is to get into alignment with your truth and what you're really wanting to manifest. Whatever that is, let me see a little bit about this. It is a question of self-confidence. 9 of Pentacles, 100%, a question of self-confidence. And are you allowing something new to come in, or are you holding on, too much? I'm going to clarify the magician here. He's jumping out at me. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 4 of Wands, Lovers. So that feels to me a little bit like I've got some choices here, but the pain of making the wrong choice in the past is stopping you. Okay. I don't, so forever and ever and ever, I'm just going to kind of cycle through, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Here's more Mercury energy, Gemini energy, and there's a choice to be made here. I don't feel like standing still is an answer. I rarely feel like standing still is an answer, but I think that there's been some standstill for a little bit of a while here. Because I don't think you see that Ace of Pentacles coming. I don't think it's coming. All right, so Ace of Swords. Look at that. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Beautiful. You're not even seeing that you're turning into the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. I think this has to do with your own, what you want to create. And then some of you probably do need to learn something new or have take a new class, but even more, not really about the credential, it's about being inspired. Okay, the Page of Wands there. It's about being inspired. And the old thing isn't really inspiring to you anymore. So how can you really align with your truth, manifest something new coming in, whether it's relationship or work, and still stay true to yourself? I feel like a lot of you have stood still because you don't see this coming. You don't see the King of Pentacles coming or the Ace of Pentacles or anything like that. So I'm just going to stand still and maybe, maybe I'll be allowed to stay where I am. Let's see about that. Let's see about that. Chariot, 10 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Sun. Put down the burden, my darling. Some of you have some stuck energy here, the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Some of you are trying, again, this is that Mars and Saturn energy of driving with the parking brake on, with the Chariot here wanting to move forward, but there's just it's too heavy. Whatever you're trying to take along with you needs to be either changed or lighten up. I think that honestly, I'm really getting a sense of there's too much either feast or famine thinking. There's too much, it'll be great or it'll be terrible. Like you're not leaving too much, this is called catastrophizing. You're not leaving too much room for a third option. All right. You're not leaving too much room for, hey, yeah, what if I have to, or what if there's a new thing coming? I think you got to go all the way back to the beginning. That's not true. You can take all of these tools and skills that you've learned and apply them. You're not going to have to start all over from scratch. I think that's part of the reason why you're standing still. Like, I don't want to leave this relationship. I don't want to start all over. I don't think you will. You've got friends and you've got opportunities and you've got new things coming along right as soon as you make that decision. And it will be a good decision to do that because it'll let up on the parking brake. Okay. And then you can use that Mars energy. Even if Saturn just changes from being like, nope, you're not going out tonight, young man, to, hey, maybe you can go out, but you need to be home by 11, right? Like there's compromise here. And I just feel like you didn't really think that there was ever going to be a compromise. Like that was some kind of like, dream that it was never going to be offered to you for something different than you thought. Okay. All right. What about blocks here? World, 8 of Cups, and Judgment. I like this. This is what's been missing. Okay. This is the Ace of Swords showing up and the Judgment card of getting, get into your meditation practice, start listening to your intuition. There's a lot more trying to come in than you're allowing, right? It's like black or white thinking, feast or famine thinking. This has been blocked, right? Because, there's this feeling of like, well, I know what my options are. I don't really think you do. I think the universe is trying to give you more options than you can imagine. That's really nice. All right. Actions and advice for you. Queen of Cups and the High Priestess, Queen of Wands. A lot of feminine energy here. This is about your intuition. This is about balancing the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. I like this because it does feel a little bit like it's water and fire. So too much water puts out fire, but just the right amount of both creates steam. And that is exactly what's necessary here. So heart chakra opening, being a little inspired, and then listening to your intuition more about what's coming next. Because I think there's something about the intuition as being shut off or curtailed. And that might be what the new thing is to learn. You might want to do a transcendental meditation course or do some kind of stuff on Mind Valley. I love Mind Valley. Something like that is going to inspire you. And then it feels good. Okay. Messages to you. Wow. Lovers, Devil, Fool. Oh, good Lord. Tower. Okay. I hope this is a good tower. Right. What? Okay. The tower. Let me just clarify this right away before we get down that road. Okay. Let's see. Seven of Pentacles, Emperor, Three of Wands. Okay, so this is also about not being too rigid. And this is, it's not, okay, it's a warning, a little bit about not being too stubborn or too rigid here. There's something in economics class, I remember from college, that they talk about you've sunk a whole lot of time into something and you kind of just want to keep going with it, even if you think it's not going to work because you've sunk so much time into it, right? But I feel like that's the key here with this Fool. It's like, you're going to know when things show up. Are they light energy? Are they dark energy, right? You're going to have the choice here. This is the inverse. The Devil energy is the inverse of this. This is Saturn and this is Mercury. And Mercury is about communication. It's about making choices. And Saturn is about rules and regulations. So can you balance that? Can you discern if something is a positive or not, you know, or a negative? Something that's coming at you is not going to be, you know, good long-term or for whatever reason. I think you just got to be aware of being too inflexible. Okay. Instead, kind of be more Fool-like where, okay, something's coming up. You don't get too high, don't get too low, right? Bill Belichick, don't get too high, don't get too low. Let's stand right in that energy of let's see what this is. Let's see where we go with this. Don't get too excited and don't completely collapse. All right. So let's see. For some of you, this can be more about work, but there's a ton of Pentacles, but it's also how you spend your time. Nine of Pentacles again. Awesome. Moon, Hanged Man, Seven of Wands. A little bit about boundaries here. There's something here about doing things that are positive for you based on your own rules, based on the things that you want to create in the world, based on this. Everything is based on this Ace of Swords here. So there might be some fear. You've got to surrender to the fact that, you know, I don't know everything. I can only see what's in front of me. I can only just, you know, make my decisions based on the information I have at the time. Okay. And I feel like some of you are really going to be able to learn to go with the flow a little bit more. And that opens up the door for a lot more opportunities. I almost feel like you're beating them off with a stick with the Seven of Wands, opening the door for a lot more opportunities and just kind of surrendering to this. This is foreign energy to a lot of you. This is going to seem a little different. Okay. And as long as you need to stay, what you do need to do is just stay in your own alignment. And that is really going to help you navigate through this. The advice here about Saturn, don't go down the road of too much structure. I think there needs to be sort of a flow here. Okay. This is sort of a flowy kind of reading that I'm getting here. One more thing. Where are you? No, I don't want to use that. Here, we'll use this. Let's see, give you a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Taking shelter, wandering path, and rejuvenating rain. So the upshot here is the answers are within. And some of you might be looking to external forces for all the answers. And you can do that, but you got to check in with yourself and just see where you are. Otherwise, this Devil and Lovers thing, that's going to kind of be murky. Like, I'm not sure if I want to go down this road or that road. If you use your old thinking, then you might be too rigid about making the decision instead of, let's see what happens, giving things space to kind of mature, right? Instead of just jumping right into something, give it time and see where it goes. So a lot of times relationships, you know, when you start relationships, people can, you know, really want love and they jump in with 2 feet. And I can totally see that might be very inviting to do that. But I think this is asking you to hold off on being too quick to jump right in. Use your intuition. There's a lot of information trying to come in. So that meditation practice is going to be key. Okay, Miss Darling, there you are.
Have fun with it.
Oh my God.
And that sense of an energy of, oh, we're healing. We got to be serious about it. Like, okay, but no. Why do we have to? No. Nope. I mean, yes, it's painful. Yes, it's something that you probably never experienced in terms of pain, but so what? you can still laugh about it at times. So yeah, I feel like it's mostly what came through, like finding that sense of balance where you're not too rigid, like all of the time, like it's got to be like this, like that.
Right.
Having fun with it a little bit and loosen up from the inside, you know, to actually be able to hear your intuition, and then finding that middle ground.
Sometimes that's challenging. I really think.
I know it is.
Really, so tough.
I know. I can hear people saying, "Oh, easier than."
Well,
easier
all you need to do is access your Ace of Swords. That's what I'm going to say. Just access your truth.
And keep focus on that. Keep your intention on that.
Agreed.
So let's see what wants to come from this side of the table. The collective.
We're only 1,500 miles apart.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, for a trucker, it's not that big of a deal.
Right. For real.
Like I'm 2 states away and I'm like, oh, I'm home.
I'm home.
What? 7 hours, 10 hours? I'm home.
What's the big deal?
Let's see. Oh, interesting. I got my own ace with this, just so
you did.
But it's still going towards that rigid place. The overall energy for the reading, the Queen of Swords. A little bit, just a tad bit of my way or the highway kind of energy, but just a little bit. We'll see when we clarify if she mellows down or not. For now, we'll just leave her there. Starting off the reading, the Page of Swords crossed by the 6 of Swords. Yeah, this kind of takes me in the direction of, oh man, wanting to do something, but then backing down, but then not really determined in what you want to do to begin with. So that's why you're kind of like, forget it. So you just kind of forget about the whole thing. When there was not much intention to begin with. But in the focus here, I got my own ace, the Ace of Wands, which there is something there. So there's a seed somewhere. It's like almost like with the Page of Swords and the 6 of Swords, it's like not grabbing onto the right ingredient almost, or the right tool. Not missing it, but knowing that it's there, but not using it yet, you know, kind of like that. In the recent past, slow movements through whatever, we'll see through what, when we clarify. Now, in the strength card, in the strength position, the Emperor. I mean, if you don't have all the tools to get stuff done, I'm trying not to, because I'm not, I mean, I'm on my channel to get shit done.
You can say it on my channel too.
Oh. I forgot.
No, you can totally say it on my channel.
Okay. This is the symbol of the doer, the go get it done kind of. I don't trust these cards when they show up to begin with, because then I'm like, you know what, they feel like this, and then I clarify, and it's like I get nuances that kind of shift the story all around, and I'm like, But I get it like that for now. So this to me tells me you have all the tools to get something done. In the immediate future, some more of that coming into play, the Hierophant. And this is very deep, this is very spiritual. So I feel like that's where it's at, you know, in the deeper realm, because we may keep it a little to the surface, and that tells us, oh, we have the power up here. You actually have a lot of it in there within you, but it's like it's hard to access if you don't allow yourself to go there. And that Queen of Swords here kind of tells me, no, I'll keep it up here, it's safer. Okay. There's a lot of Pentacles around too, which is telling me this is tied up to the surface a lot, but we'll get you deep. Don't worry about it. The supportive energies here, the 8 of Pentacles. I love this energy. It keeps on popping up. Because it's like whatever shows up, the good, the bad, the ugly, the difficult, the whatever, the energies keep rolling. The energies keep moving. It's like the sun, right? It comes out every morning. It goes down every night. It still comes down every morning. And whatever happens during the night, it's still going to come back up. It's like that whole sense of the wheel keeps on spinning, no matter if it go up, down, whatever we choose. So I love this energy, especially supporting through this one, which I feel like it's going to be a difficult one, but we'll see. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Chariot. Things may be moving faster than you think in here. Things may be, and I feel like you've got something similar to that. Like it's going to hit you and you're right there with it and you're not seeing it. In your hopes and fears, that sense of, yeah, but I don't like it. It's not showing up in the way that I would want to show up. So I'm not going to do it if, you know, oh man, rigid much. It's that whole sense of I'm not happy about, you know, the grass is green, but you know, over the top there's a little yellow because it just came out, and I'm like, how do I make it green? Well, it's green if you look at it, you know, the overall picture. You don't have to hang on to the yellow little part on top. Anyways, in the what is this? The potential outcome, the Nine of Swords, stressing out about things. And I get it. I mean, I get that you could get to that place when you don't allow yourself to that flexibility, right? That you were talking about, that whole sense of, let me loosen up a little bit. Let me not have it my way or the highway, or my grass or not, you know, my green grass or not green grass. I don't know. Let's clarify. Let's see what we can do for this Queen of Swords. Yeah. I like how it's being kept though. On the surface is the Queen of Swords. I got it. I'm in control here. I'm good. And underneath, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Moon. It's that place of feeling stuck in your head about things, feeling very, something's not working out. Life is not working out. Nothing is working out. It's worrying, stressing about things all the time. But on the surface, keeping that whole facade of I'm in control here, you know, so a little bit of dishonesty with self, with what you're experiencing. And it's okay if you're going through shit here. We all do at times. It's a matter of, do I say to the world that I'm not going through shit, and do I appear as confident and as I have this, or do I just put myself out there, you know, with this confusion, with this I don't know? Because it's okay if you do. I feel like that's going to help out these energies, actually, you know, the Eight of Swords, Ten of Wands, because I feel like you've been carrying this burden for quite a while. This sense of, let me hide. When I'm not feeling good, let me hide. And why?
Allie, this reading is for me.
Then for you it is. You know, I'm going through shitty times. We all do.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's okay. We can go through them. We can also laugh at a later time. Maybe it's not the time now, but we can laugh at a later time. Speaking of, let's be more flexible about it. It doesn't have to be serious, because I hear that all the time lately, especially. Like, we're healing, we're working, I'm like, who the hell is working? We're going through shit, we're healing that, but then we're supposed to laugh after that, because that's the point of healing. You know, it's lighter. You're lighter. Light. Yeah. So the Page of Swords. Four of Cups, Four of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, so that's why the Page of Swords is here, because you were coming from a place of, loss, fear of loss. It's that lack of confidence, that sense of, you know what, I want to go try this, I want to go do that, I want to do a bunch of things. But it's probably, and speaking of stories you tell yourself, I feel like this is probably something that people have the tendency to tell themselves, right? Before they start even going in a particular direction, they already have their story set. Like, this is not going to work out. Well, keep telling yourself that it's not going to work out. You know, that's what you're going to bring to the situation. And a lot of us have this abandonment wound, which can speak to our fear of rejection, fear of losing something important to us, and all of that. which I feel like there's been healing on it. But you know how this healing goes. It goes for a lifetime. Yeah, we do it for a little bit. We do it for a little bit again. We do it. But when it shows up again, we got to go into it again. So it's like almost carrying a sense of disappointment, like, oh, I didn't do my healing for this abandonment issue. So, you know, I'm worthless. I might as well not even try doing things in life. So, but the Six of Swords shows up in here, which that to me is hope that, okay, possibly stepping away from that kind of an attitude, which again translates to me as something has been healed there. Even though it hasn't been acknowledged, something has been healed. For the Six of Swords, the Fool, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords. It's like the Fool's energy is like, because I see someone waiting for too long to step into that Fool place, and then the Fool is gone. It's the Fool's energy comes in with the sense of, let me go do it now, because it feels right now. If you miss the now, you miss the Fool. The Fool is gone. The Fool is out the window. So I feel like that's what's happening here a little bit, where somebody really wants to take chances on, let's say, a chance on something. And then they just go in a different direction because they didn't take that chance. It's like with flipping a coin kind of a thing. Yeah. Right. Either, you know, do it or don't do it. That's it. If you don't feel, well, if you don't do it when you feel it, it's kind of gone. So that's what's showing up here. Well, I feel like this energy kind of covers all of the missed opportunities, which I don't believe in missed opportunities. I kind of believe in derailed paths. I agree. Because it's like, if it's meant for you, you'll find it again. It was missed once, but you'll find it again. I like that. But there's a little bit of a sense of regret over all of this. Like, look at me, I was a loser, I didn't do this, or I didn't. Okay. But now you can. That's the thing. That was all in the past. And speaking of now we can, in the focus here, the Ace of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Chariot, the Hangman. Wow, this is so cool. Oh man, I love it when it kind of slams it like this. Yeah. So there's definitely the desire to do something different, to do something else rather than what we've been doing here. It touches on commitment. For some of you, it could be a particular commitment. It could be even a marriage for some of you, but it's more the energy of it, where I got to go get something done. I got to do something within this commitment. And, oh man, it feels like, because there's a contradiction here, but the contradiction feels right. That's the thing. It feels like I got to do it now, but I'm not gonna. Like, almost like I got to pause myself before I do it, but I know I'm going to do it. But it's not one of those make-believe kind of things, like I'll do it, 5 minutes from now, because right now I'm lazy. No, it's an inner knowing. It's coming from the inside, where I'm going to show up in this, and I know I will. But let me take a step back now. To kind of fall into that energy and to kind of allow that energy to guide me, basically. So it feels very powerful here. But I love it when it comes in contradicting like everything. And I'm like, man, what are you doing here? This is the Knight of Pentacles. Three of Cups, the Empress, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's a sense of I didn't do enough. There's a sense of it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough towards me. It wasn't enough towards a connection. And if it's not going to be enough towards you, that's what you're going to put out, basically. So if you feel you're not giving yourself enough, you're not going to give enough to anybody around you. You got to feel that full sense of I'm okay where I'm at, and you're going to attract that. So whatever you feel towards the inside, which this is how the reading started, now it's taking me to the past, where I see a little bit of you know what, I could have done more. I could have done a sense of regret, a sense of that's why that person didn't stick around, or that's why that situation didn't, you know, because I didn't put much into it, even though I had more to put into the situation. So quite interesting. Let's do the Emperor. Let's jump from the Empress to the Emperor. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Knight of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Magician. Cool, cool, cool energies. Something's working here. Something's happening. Something's shifting big time. It's like stepping from nothing to a big something, which this wasn't nothing to begin with. This was, you know, almost like when you're not seeing it, when you're not aware, when you're kind of just going through life and just letting life happen and just like whatever, you know, I don't feel necessarily happy, but I'm living, at least it's fine. And then kind of taking everything and starting that healing path, that drastic healing path, because this is a big step up in energies in terms of aligning with someone's truth. Someone is stepping into that. There's a whole lot of regret. I keep getting pulled into the past. Like, yeah, but you know, no, there's no but. You know, the past is the past and you've learned from it. It's there as your own experience to help you learn and grow. And I feel like this is what happened. But again, in a sense of almost like you didn't even realize it consciously, at least. Like it came out of nowhere, like, oh, I grew overnight. Not really. Look at that. Look at what shows up in here. This is not an overnighter. No.
An overnight success takes 5 years. Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Yeah, at least. For the Hierophant in the immediate future, the Strength card, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and you think you're good now? Wait for it. This is beautiful. There's a deep sense of alignment here with yourself, and that in itself is going to just kind of transform your life. Again, this Ace of Pentacles that you got, the Chariot, the slap in the face, like, hey, it's here, your new life. And you're like, what?
What?
So yeah, it's when it happens at that deeper level and you're on your way to that, basically. Starting from that Page of Swords, which was like, I don't know, me, I'm not important. I'm like, whatever.
I love this, Allie. I love it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I know. Into and let's see. The Eight of Pentacles. Ooh. Knight of Wands, the Lovers, the Seven of Wands, and then there's something else showing up along the way. Something good. But I feel like, again, you're again, one of those energies that you're not going to know when, you're not going to know how. It'll just be there, but it'll feel kind of normal. It'll feel like it's been there all your life. You just didn't see it, kind of thing. And it could be a connection, a very powerful one that shows up here. But all of this that you're working on and building on and doing it for a sense of you, your own emotional stability, your own happiness that you're finding. When you find it right there, it also leads you someplace else towards something that's meant for you. It doesn't have to be that connection necessarily, but it's something that is meant for you. And I see you going for it. And I love this transition again from itty bitty me into raw, let's fight for what's ours, you know, and doing it from a very deep aligned place with self. It's really cool. I love this reading. Let's see the Chariot in the hidden energies. What do we got here? Six of Wands, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. And that takes me to your Devil and your Lovers contrast, right? Being able to identify the difference between what feels good, what doesn't, what looks good, what doesn't, what's good and what's not. I feel like at times, especially when the energies kind of approach fast and furious, like you would hit me here.
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to align with that sense of intuition. It's going to, because you're influenced by the speed of everything, by, you know, your mind is going to want to take over. So it's going to be hard to tune into your intuition to establish this feels right to me, this feels wrong to me. And there's that 5 of Swords in the middle that definitely pulls at that, like, just keep focused, keep grounded. And that's why this Hangman is here in your focus, because it's like, take a step back when you're unsure. Instead of deciding on take that step back. It's okay if you do, you know, give yourself that split second before, ooh, because sometimes we do feel it's our intuition, sometimes it's not actually, and we're going in the direction of, oh shit, what did I just do? But so this is definitely here. It's more like a warning kind of thing, like pay attention to that. Let's do the 4 of Cups. Oh, you've grown. You're not giving yourself enough credit here. The Hierophant, the Page of Wands, the Emperor. The Hierophant and the Emperor, they were already here, right? They're already here. They're showing up again, and there's you as the little Page of Wands, like, oh, you know, I could have been so much more. I could have done so much more. I could have gone so much deeper. A sense of disappointment here with the 4 of Cups over that, like how much you've grown. Just a little bit. Give yourself more credit. They've been here all along, and they're still here. You've grown enough for now, for where you're at right now. There's plenty of time for you to keep growing. It's that lack of, you know, patting yourself on the back and being like, great job, basically, which we all have it. We all suffer from it. And then we're like, no, wait a minute. I did a lot here. So, you know, we have a lack of receiving overall energy. Imagine giving yourself that kind of an energy, being like, acknowledging yourself. If we have the lack of getting it from the outside, from the inside, it's going to be 10 times harder. So it's there. The growth is there, and it's always been here. I love that it's shown up to reinforce that, no, don't be human about it. Go deeper and give yourself that pat on the back there. For the 9 of Swords in the potential outcome, the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, the 3 of Swords. This is that kind of an energy where you're kind of doing it, you know, you're making your own bed, you're lying in it kind of thing. You're kind of doing it yourself here. There's definitely healing over an aspect of getting yourself into trouble. Not willingly, not consciously, but it's like, oh man, I did this, and I kind of knew that it wasn't going to be good necessarily, but I still did it. You know, it's that whole sense of getting yourself into trouble at times. I don't see it as being too deep, shown up in here as taking over, like you're always doing that and you're harming yourself and you don't even, what the hell are you doing kind of thing, but it's here. And it's causing a little bit of stress, like, how can I get myself not into trouble from now on? And I feel like that's a lot tied up to, again, that sense of stories we tell ourselves about how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen and if it's going to happen. If we already know the answer to that, we're going to create it for the most part. So, you know, if you predict that, oh, on this 1,000-mile road that I'm driving tomorrow, I'm going to have a flat tire. I don't know if you're going to have a flat tire, but something's going to definitely happen during those 1,000 miles, you know, because I mean, that's how you're starting off. So it's
right, for real.
You're setting yourself up in there. So the good news about this energy is the Hermit is there, which that to me is like, yay, the savior. So there's healing done in that department. Let me see what the universe has, because the universe kind of slams me to the ground a lot of the time. Like, 3 cards, and it's like, okay, let's sum it up here in 3 cards. You talked for half an hour, and I got 3 cards for it. Okay. The Moon, the Knight of Swords, the Empress. Interesting. there's regret there. There's regret. That regret is still there. It showed up in the past and I thought you left it in the past, but it's still here. And it's kind of part of, it's kind of part of a bigger picture kind of thing. Cause I feel like it's a shadowy aspect. It's something that kind of belongs to a wound you have that has nothing to do with this person necessarily, but with something bigger, something of, I could have done more, could be your wound, something around that. A sense of, I had it and I could have used it, but I didn't. And it's like forgiving yourself for that. So, yeah. So the universe kind of reminded me, hey, you know, they wanted to get past that fast, but now it's still here. I'm like, okay. Well.
Awesome.
Yep.
Fantastic.
So that's it. That's what's going on. So
good.
As difficult as it feels, laugh with it. I don't know. And I sound like, what do you know? You talk so easily as if you can't do it, and I can because I did it. But and I know how difficult it is for some people to just get out of their heads and just kind of be out there in the moment. And that helps you, that helps you a lot to just be and to just have fun with what's going on instead of just all the time.
Yeah. Agreed.
So thanks for doing this. Finally.
Absolutely. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed myself. I'm so excited we finally get to hook up and do the reading. So
you almost made me cry.
Aww.
Well, at the beginning of the reading, I told you I got a little emotional there. I'm like, yeah, because I cried too, but then I laugh when I cry.
Right, so. Exactly. Well, let's do it again. Thanks, Allie, for having me here. This was so much fun. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'll see you guys later and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.